Some of the absolute scariest stories aren't the ones you find in old, dusty books. They're the ones you stumble upon on a random night, in some obscure internet forum, where someone is live posting a nightmare as it's happening to them. You're just sitting safe in your room, completely powerless to help as their messages get more and more desperate. That's exactly what happened back in 2004. A user, who we only know as Hasumi, started posting on a thread about her train ride home. It was her usual commute, a trip that should have taken maybe 5-10 minutes tops, but the train just kept going. It didn't stop at her station. It didn't stop at any station. She was trapped, watching the familiar world outside dissolve into dark, unknown countryside, while every other passenger around her was fast asleep. She was, in real time, documenting her own disappearance into a place that doesn't exist on any map. A phantom stop called Kisaragi Station. Now, you might be thinking, Kisaragi Station? Never heard of it, and that's kind of the point. This legend was born online, on the Japanese internet forum 2channel back in 2004. It all started when a user named Hasumi posted on a thread titled, "Post about strange occurrences around you." She began sharing a terrifying experience, a story that would unfold in real time, leaving everyone who read it completely hooked. And the most unsettling part? If you try to find Kisaragi Station on any map, you won't. It simply doesn't exist. Some even say the name is written with kanji that can be read as devil. Her train ride was usually short, but this time, it just kept going. 20 minutes passed, and it had never taken this long before. The other 5 passengers on board were fast asleep, totally oblivious. Hasumi started posting updates to the forum, desperately seeking help. People asked if she'd taken an express train, or missed her stop, but she insisted it was her usual private railway in Shizuoka. She tried to find the conductor, but the windows to the driver's cabin were covered with blinds, cutting her off completely. After an hour of this unnerving journey, the train finally slowed, emerging from a tunnel that wasn't on her usual route before grinding to a halt. It stopped at a place called Kisaragi Station. The online community was urging her to stay on the train, that there was no such station, but it began to depart just as she was trying to figure things out. So, with few options, Hasumi got off. She found herself in a place that felt like a trap. The station was completely unmanned, the area deserted, with only fields and mountains stretching into the darkness. She tried to call her parents for help, but even they couldn't find Kisaragi Station on any map. Emergency services dismissed her call as a prank. Stranded and isolated, the real horror began. Eerie bells started ringing, mixed with a distant drumming sound that grew louder. Terrified, she started walking along the tracks. She was convinced something was following her when a voice yelled out, "Hey! Don't walk on the track. It's dangerous." But when she looked, the man, a one-legged old man, vanished as quickly as he appeared. The Tuchin users urged her to run, to get back to the station, to get anywhere but there. In a state of sheer panic, she fled into a dark tunnel marked Isanuki, falling and injuring herself in the process. Emerging on the other side, she met a man who seemed gentle and offered her a ride to the nearest station. Relief washed over Hasumi. But the online users were suspicious. Why was this man here at this hour? As they traveled, he told her they were heading to a place called Hina, a remote area in the mountains. Then he stopped talking to her and began muttering bizarre things to himself. Hasumi's last message, posted just before her phone died, was chilling. My battery's almost run out. Things are getting strange, so I think I'm going to make a run for it. He's been talking to himself about bizarre things for a while now. To prepare for just the right time, I'm going to make this my last post for now. And that was it. Hasumi completely disappeared. She was never heard from again. So, I have to ask, if you ever found yourself on that strangely silent train, pulling into a station that doesn't exist, would you get off? Would you dare to step into the unknown? What would you do? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for listening.